So please join me in welcoming them to the stage. Detrick Stanford and Susan Trautman. Good luck.
Thank you, Barbara. Before we get started, I want to do one thing. We always talk about the magnificent job that Barbara's doing, but let's give a big round of applause for our NRPA staff. They do a phenomenal job in supporting our conference. So this has been an exciting morning already, and there's more to come. Serving as your board chair this past year has been inspiring and enlightening, and here's why. You see, as the chair, you get to see the big picture. What becomes the byproduct of the vision are professionals and engaged volunteers united by an enduring mission, a strong strategic plan, and guiding principles that advance our purpose. The character of our park and recreation profession as a whole, you see the unwavering passion, commitment, selflessness for a community and for others. More importantly, I saw that my colleagues, park and recreation professionals, and park supporters answered the call. The call to make communities healthy, sustainable for all. And you are doing this by being innovators, and as I like to say, strategic radicals who flip the script on how we communicate about our work and, more importantly, our impact. A perfect example is with our new Park Champions program. This summer, over 30 park champion agencies answered the call by inviting elected officials to visit their parks to see the impact and differences being made locally. Visits with the members of Congress or their staff, the likes of U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow visiting Detroit, Representative Bob Dole visiting Waukegan, and Senator Lisa Murkowski in Fairbanks saw firsthand the critical work that we all do. That personal experience will be remembered as they make decisions about the important legislation like the reauthorization of child nutrition programs and the Land and Water Conservation Fund, better known as the LWCF. One final thought I want to leave with you goes back to what I was saying about the big picture. For the first time in the history of NRPA, we can definitively say that the nation's local and regional park annually create nearly $140 billion in economic activity and support almost 1 million jobs in the U.S. I think that garners a round of applause. So that's right. NRPA commissioned a national study that connects the economic dots and sheds light on our worth as a profession. HEC, which is a Georgia term. We've always known this, but now we've got the numbers to prove it. To learn more about the study, attend tomorrow's 9:45 education session or visit NRPA's website. NRPA is taking these statistics to the Hill and showing Congress how this industry cannot be ignored, especially when it comes to fully funding LWCF state assistance program. You can expect to see more data like this from NRPA in the coming year that we can all use to strengthen our message and support our essential value and benefits. So with that, I will just say it's been a pleasure and a privilege to serve as your chair this past year. It's been very enlightening. We have a lot coming forward with our new chair, Susan. So Susan, I know you have quite a bit of information to share with us, so what's ahead?
Thanks, Detrick. Let's give a big hand to our chair, Detrick Stanford. I am a strong believer in looking forward. I like to get things done, and I don't really like to live in the past. But I'm a 38-year member of NRPA, and like Barbara, this anniversary gave me pause, and I really wanted to think about our roots. And so I reread The Noble Experiment. And I was reminded about the struggle of our founding organizations to identify a mission, whether or not we should be an organization that served the park and recreation profession, or whether or not we should have a charitable mission and focus on the voice of the parks and recreation movement and influence public policy. Our leaders decided both. And I also read, as I was reading through the book, that we've come full circle. And in many ways, we are grappling with the same issues that we did 50 years ago. It was clear to me that our country is still dealing with many of the same social issues we were in 1965. my hometown of St. Louis included. But it's not the whole story. Parks and Recreation has advanced just as our country has. We have learned that by promoting a healthy lifestyle, we will have healthy communities. We understand the importance of conservation in those healthy communities. We know that we need to provide safe access to the outdoors. And we've discussed this before. Children growing up today, they don't get to run free in the woods or run down the street. Safe access is critically important. We know how critical it is to serve the whole community, remembering that social equity is inherent in everything we do. So we have to ask ourselves, what's next? What will we do in the next 50 years that will truly make our communities better? You can feel confident knowing that NRPA has done an exceptional job. We have grown to 50,000 members in our 50th year. We are on solid financial ground, and in fact, in this last year alone, we returned $7 million in grant funding to parks and recreation agencies like you. We are a strong organization, but we can strive for more. And so it's my role as the incoming chair to advance NRPA's next strategic plan. And I'm here to tell you, we have some very big goals. In the next 3 years, we want to ensure that we reach new audiences and that we give 1.5 million more people access to physical activity, that 3 million more people have improved nutrition, that we get 5 million more kids outdoors experiencing nature, and that 250,000 children who do not have access to the outdoors have the opportunity to participate in nature experiences in parks and recreation programs like yours. We want 1,000 more communities to implement sustainable practices in their parks. You'll see the implementation of these goals through a number of initiatives and programs. You can find them on the NRPA website or reach out to the NRPA staff. They're here to help you get involved. These are big goals. They don't rest on just you. Both the NRPA board and the staff recognize the significance of these goals and that to achieve them, we're going to have to bring more financial resources to the field. We have made a strategic decision to get back to our roots, our charitable mission. So this coming year, we are going to focus on finding people, organizations, and companies that we can collaborate with who understand the power of parks and recreation in communities and that will bring financial resources to the table. My goal is to be forward-thinking, and I know when these kinds of connections are made, we are unstoppable, and that we will make an even bigger difference in the field as ever before.